Welcome back to Adelante Chicago. Well, if you like the kitchen and you like cooking, you're going to love this next story. A group of students take up cooking, and their dish is getting them all the way to the White House. The program is called Cooking Up Change, and joining us now to tell us more about it, Jalice Harmon Ponce de Leon, a student at Washington School. Smile. There you go. Very pretty. And also Rosa Ramirez Richter with the Healthy Schools campaign. Welcome to the both of you.
Thank you.
This is so great, so exciting, because I think cooking can stir up some changes too, no pun intended, right? So tell me about this program. What is Cooking Up Change? And I'll start with you, and then we'll move over to you, Jalice.
So the organization is called Healthy Schools Campaign, and we're a nonprofit, and we believe that healthy students are better learners. So we put on a national competition where we invite students like Jalice to come compete, create a healthy school lunch meal with limited ingredients and a budget about a little over $1, and they create a healthy meal that their peers will like, and they get to serve it to all students, and then they serve it to their legislators in Washington, D.C.
All right, and in fact, that is what happened in the last couple of weeks, where you got to serve your meal to Chicago Public School students, and ta-da, here's the creation. So Jalice, I'm going to let you tell me about it. What is this? What are we calling this dish?
Well, this is a Cajun chicken lettuce wrap. This is the Cajun chicken lettuce wrap, and then this is the roasted corn relish and the peach and yogurt pizza.
Okay, and you guys came up with this all on your own.
Yes.
Where did the creation come from?
Well, we decided to figure out what would be healthy and what would be fun dish. So we wanted to do a lettuce a burrito bowl, and then we decided to change it to a piece of leaf lettuce, and then we decided to be like, kids like spicy and they also like sour cream, so we put it together.
Okay, so I mentioned that you were giving this to the Chicago Public School students. You got to serve this meal. What was their reaction like? What did they think about this meal? Because this is not what I was used to getting at school when I got tater tots. So this is quite fancy.
Yeah, they liked it. A lot of them thought it was good, and like they liked finding something different to taste. And a lot of kids love chicken, so something different. And I told them like you could also like put it on top together and eat it like a taco.
Okay. Have you become very aware of how important healthy eating, healthy cooking is through this program? And, you know, if you had to share sort of your experience with other kids who maybe are thinking about eating a little bit healthier, or grown-ups like me, what would you tell them?
Well, I tell them just look like in the back. You could always look for vitamin A, vitamin C. You know, like cord is very good for you. Like energy is like teens like need it all the time.
Very good. And so now they are headed to Washington, D.C. Tell me about that experience, because not very many kids get to do this, right?
It's a pretty exclusive competition. We only have 10 cities across the country competing, and Chicago is one of the finalists. And they traveled to DC, and on June 6th is the national competition. And part of the platform is that student voices are so important when we start talking about healthy food. And so elevating their voices so they can speak directly to their legislators and talk about why healthy school food is important, why we need more money for better school food, and why this is important to school and learning and being successful.
And this has been a topic that has been talked about for years and years and years, and now with the First Lady being so involved in healthy eating and exercising, it's getting a lot more attention than it used to in the past, I think.
Definitely. There's, I think, a national awareness that has occurred, and, you know, we want to make sure that the students are part of that and their voices are elevated. So, you know, it's just not adults making decisions. The kids are being part of that decision making.
Yeah, hopefully it generates some change. And I think the coolest part of this, Jalice, I think this is really the coolest, is that you might actually get to cook for the first family. So President Obama and Michelle Obama, am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
Wow, what do you think about that?
I think it's very exciting, because I know me and my group, we haven't ever been to Washington, D.C., and, you know, we always lived in Chicago, and we all wanted to represent it.
Okay, so have you guys thought about what you would cook for them, or is it this meal?
It's going to be that meal.
It's going to be this meal, okay. Do you think you have some tough competition, or are you going to take these other teams?
Yeah, but I hope we win, and we can bring home the trophy for Chicago.
Do you know what the other teams are cooking? Do you have any idea?
No, I've like looked online to see. Some of them are pretty good, but we're excited.
You're spying. You're doing some stalking. I gotcha. Yes. I gotcha. I think you got this. You can do it. All right. So. What's next on the agenda for you guys? Because, you know, this is one dish. What else would you like to do with this? And this is sort of part of a much bigger program for CPS. I was just a part of one not too long ago where kids are really getting involved in this healthy eating and cooking.
Yeah.
So what's next for you guys? What do you want to create?
Well, I want to become like also a cook as well. So many of us also want to become cooks, and we also want to like, you know, touch people with food, because a lot of people love food, and like not many people like get the opportunity like this.
Yeah, especially in Chicago.
Yes.
Especially in Chicago. All right. How do you get these kids motivated and get people to pay attention to a program like this? Because this is completely out of the norm, right? It's a cooking program that we're not really used to teaching in schools. It's not something part of the curriculum normally.
Right, exactly. And I think food is just such an easy entryway into people's lives when everybody, you know, one of the favorite places in everyone's house is the kitchen. So when you start cooking and talking about how these issues are important to you, I think that's a really easy way for people to connect to why school food is important and why it's important to student learning. So Jolise and her team are actually going to serve the meal to the mayor. They're actually going to go down to Springfield and serve it to the legislators down there to, you know,
When
keep
is all this happening? When are you going to?
Next
June.
few weeks, yeah.
June.
Okay, but he's going to get the same meal.
Yes, the same meal.
Okay. I'm going to try to taste it before you leave here. All right. Well, good luck, guys. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
hopefully you win, okay?
Yeah, I hope so.
If we want to get information about the program, do they just go to cookingupchange.com or is there a website?
Yeah, a great question. Cookingupchange.org.
Okay.
And you can find all the finalists for the teams, the Chicago team, and all their meals and recipes, so you could take them home as
The
well.
only team you need to know about is Chicago.
Exactly.
Same.
And they have a winning streak. They've won 2 times in the past.
All right, Jolise.